Yangyang Xuanling is finally here, and this video is a complete guide and showcase for her, covering everything you need to know, including her kit, weapons, echoes, teams, rotations and more. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Yangyang's kit looks very much complicated. There's like too much going on in the kit description, but don't worry cause I will make it very simple and easy for you to understand. I will explain it alongside her rotations to make it easier to understand. Yangyang's kit, instead of building up forte, works on consuming her forte. She has two types of forte points. One is the melody and the other one is the azure plume. The melody is usually full right from the beginning and is later filled using her enhanced resonance skill, whereas azure plume is gained from the intro skill, enhanced skills and liberation. The melody is consumed using her basic attacks to get access to her enhanced skills. Her liberation deals a massive nuke damage and also consumes melody. The damage of the liberation is independent to the melody points, but the melody consumption is great for our rotations. And once we have 2 points of azure plume, we can cast her special heavy attacks. Yangyang can switch into 2 stances using her resonance skill, and she has 2 special heavy attacks in both the stance. Our goal is to cast both the heavy attacks in a rotation. So here is how our rotation goes. We intro into her, which gives her a stack of azure plume. Then just hold her basic attack to consume all the melody. Holding the basic attack button makes her cast the whole basic attack sequence, so you don't need to keep tapping it. After this, her resonance skill is enhanced. Cast it to refill the melody bar and get a stack of azure plume, which allows us to cast a special heavy attack. Hold the basic attack button till she finishes this whole animation. After which we use a liberation to deal a huge nuke damage, gain a stack of azure plume and consume the melody points to give access to our enhanced skill. We use our enhanced resonance skill, which gives us another stack of azure plume and fills up the forte bar for the next rotation. Use a special heavy attack and outro. So in short, her rotation is intro, hold basic attack till forte is consumed, enhanced resonance skill, hold attack to cast a special heavy attack, use liberation, then enhanced resonance skill followed by special heavy attack. You can use her echo skill anywhere in the rotation. With emerald sentence weapon, use it at the beginning of the rotation. Yangyang primarily deals heavy attack damage and makes use of Havoc Bane to maximize her damage. She can apply Havoc Bane with some of her attacks. From her inherent skill, she gets up to 30% damage amplification when the enemy has 3 stacks of Havoc Bane. And any more stacks above 3 gives 12% additional amplification up to 36%. Since Yangyang cannot raise the stack limit by herself, she needs a support like Chisa to get the maximum buff. Also, when any resonator in the team applies Havoc Bane, Yangyang get windbound stacks, which stacks up to 6. On reaching 6 stacks, she removes all the stacks to do an attack alongside her enhanced skill that applies 6 stacks of Havoc Bane. Her outro skill deals damage and gives a buff to the team other than herself, which gives them 20% Havoc damage amplification on inflicting Havoc Bane, which at the moment can only be used by Chisa. For her talent priority, level her liberation, forte circuit and basic attacks, followed by the intro skill and resonance skill, which can be skipped. Moving on to her echoes. The best echo set for her is Song of Feathered Trace. This set gives 10% energy regen, 20% crit rate and 35% heavy attack damage bonus. The next half of this set is made for a whole different character who is most likely going to be a support. And the best echo skill is a 1000 Puppet Pavilion, giving 12% havoc and heavy attack damage bonus. For the echo stats, crit on the 4 cost, double havoc or a combination of 1 havoc and 1 attack on the 3 cost, and attack person on the 1 cost. For echo substats, try to get around 120% energy regen, which should be possible with 1 or 2 energy regen rolls from echo substats, since the 2 piece of this set gives 10% energy regen. And if you are using Emerald of Genesis, then you don't need to worry about energy regen from echoes. Then prioritize crit stats, attack percent, heavy attack damage bonus and flat attack. Moving on to her weapons. Her signature weapon Azure Oath is obviously the best in slot. It gives 12% all attribute damage bonus, 36% heavy attack damage amplification, and 12% defense ignore to her attacks. But a very close alternative to it is Emerald Sentence, giving 30% heavy attack damage bonus on casting Echo skill. I'm not a math guy, so I don't have the numbers, but I tried them out in actual combat in the final floor of Toa and End-State Matrix. There was a clear damage difference, but the clear time was almost similar. And the difference in Matrix points is also not that big. For F2Ps or low spenders that already have this weapon, I wouldn't recommend going for the signature unless you want to maximize your damage or like the looks of it, cause it would be much better to spend those resources on a different character or a different weapon that would have more impact. And with R1 Emerald of Genesis, there was a more noticeable difference in damage, the clear time, and points. But it is still a very good F2P alternative, and I would say it works just as well on her as it works on other DPS characters like Hyuki. The other crit statistics can be slightly better than Emerald of Genesis as they provide unconditional 12% attack, but Emerald of Genesis is better if you need the energy or if it is at max refinement. I wouldn't really recommend going for 4-star weapons cause Emerald of Genesis is already the best F2P option, but if you don't have it, you can use the Fables of Wisdom, Somnar Anchor or any attack weapons as a placeholder. I will update the exact weapon cards in the pinned comments once I get them. Moving on to our team comps. Yangyang benefits a lot from Havoc Bane stacks, which naturally makes Chisa her best in slot support as she is the only one who can efficiently apply Havoc Bane, raise its limit for Yangyang's passive, give multiple other buffs, and can use the Rejuvenating Glow set as a sustain support. So she is going to be a must in her teams. And for the sub DPS, we have numerous options. You can use Rebecca, Frolloa, Line, Yuno, Mortefi, or even Shorekeeper is a viable option. I've made a video comparing them all with S0R1 and I got the best clear times with Rebecca and Line, but all of them can work really well, and which one is better depends on who has the best build in your account. Rebecca gives heavy attack and all damage amplification, along with some nice damage from her kit and tune break. Line has nice personal damage, tune break damage, and good general buffs. Frolloa, as we know, can deal huge amounts of damage and can give havoc and heavy attack damage amplification. She shines even more in Whimpering Wastes. Yuno gives 50% heavy attack damage amplification with good personal damage. Mortefi gives less heavy attack buff than Yuno but gives attack buffs from his S6 and Static Mist. And Shorekeeper is just Shorekeeper. Other options that you can use are Havoc buffers like Andrela, Rachia or Danjin. If you don't have Chisa, you can replace her with sustain supports like Shorekeeper, Morne or Varina. Now let's watch a showcase of her rotation and damage in the last floor of Middle Tower. I will be using her in Rebecca and Chisa team. All of them are S0R1, and since this is a media server, the echoes are balanced out.
風を清めます。死の弦がない。これで終わりです。刹那のひらめき、全部切ってみせます。やっ、その命絶ちます。この程度かよっポンコツよ。鉛玉のフルコースだぜ。ドカンドカンドカン。鞘を周波数の源へ。風よ帰れ。攻め込みます。流れる音たちよ、形ある周波数よ、原初へ。音を沈めます。行きます。生死は決まっています。断ち切ります。これでどうですか。風の指、どんな意図でも畳打ちだ。ホーム代払えよ。
A showcase of foreign Wuthering waves and showcase in multiple teams are uploaded on my channel, you can check them out. So overall, Yangyang is one of the best DPS in the game currently, no surprises there. She is great for all endgame modes including Viva, as she can pull enemies and has multiple nukes in her kit that can wipe out waves of enemies. Her performance in Viva can be further enhanced by pairing her with Frolova. She has F2P weapon and team options as well, and her rotations are quite simple. She is hard to get interrupted during a special heavy attack. However, she does compete for Chisa, who is currently needed for 2 top teams. What are your thoughts on Yangyang? Let me know in the comments. And that was all for this video. I hope you guys found it helpful. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content. Thanks for watching.